5:47 a.m. Every single morning, before the alarm, before the light, before any sound in the house, Max would climb onto his owner's chest, all 70 pounds of him, press his nose 1 inch from their face and growl, not a bark, not a whine, but a deep, low, locked-in growl. The kind that means, I am not moving until you hear me. For 6 weeks they pushed him off, closed the bedroom door, called him obsessive, anxious, going through a phase. Then came a Tuesday morning when they didn't push him off. They laid there, looked into his eyes, and something felt wrong, not with the dog, with them. A week later, a cardiologist found something on a scan that would have killed them silently in their sleep within the year. Max had known. For 6 weeks, Max had known, and here's the part that should stop you cold. Your dog might be doing the same thing right now, and you might be pushing them off too. Let's talk about what's actually happening inside your dog's nose, because once you understand this, you will never look at your dog the same way again. A human nose has roughly 6 million scent receptors. A dog's nose has 300 million. But it's not just the number, it's what they're smelling that nobody prepares you for. Dogs don't just smell food or strangers or fear in the obvious movie sense. They smell your biology. In real time. Like a live feed. A drop in blood sugar. They smell it before you feel dizzy. A spike in cortisol. They smell it before you know you're stressed. A shift in your breath chemistry that signals inflammation, infection, or cardiac irregularity. They smell it hours, sometimes days, before any machine can detect it. In Max's case, researchers who later studied his behavior identified that he was responding to a specific volatile organic compound, a chemical exhaled in breath, that appears in people with undiagnosed arrhythmia. He wasn't trained. Nobody taught him. His nose found something broken in someone he loved, and he did the only thing he could. He showed up. Every single morning. Scientists at the Medical Detection Dogs Organization have now documented dogs detecting certain cancers, type 1 diabetes crashes, and oncoming seizures with accuracy rates above 90%. 90%. Your dog is not a pet who happens to be smart. Your dog is a biological detection system that evolution spent 30,000 years of coexistence with humans perfecting, and we've been spending that whole time thinking they just want belly rubs. Here's where it gets even stranger. Because it's not just the nose. 2025 and 2026 research out of Budapest and Cambridge is showing us that dogs process human social and emotional information in ways we never expected. They track your pupils, dilated pupils, stress response, they clock it. They memorize your breathing patterns. They know the difference between your sleeping breath, your anxious breath, and your sick breath, and they file all of it. They watch your posture shift before you've consciously registered that something's wrong with you. They track the microtremors in your hands. They notice when your voice pitch changes. Researchers are now calling this cross-species emotional mirroring, and the data shows dogs do it more accurately with their specific human than with strangers. That they're not just reading people, they're reading you. Your specific baseline. Your specific normal. So that when something deviates, they feel it like an alarm in their chest. Think about that. Your dog has built a detailed internal model of who you are at your healthiest, and they measure you against it every single day. When your dog follows you to the bathroom, stares at you from across the room, or won't let you leave without sniffing your hand, that's not separation anxiety. That's a daily diagnostic check. That they're just running the scan quietly, the way they always have, waiting for you to stop being too busy to notice they're trying to tell you something. And it's not rare. In 2023, a woman in Oregon named Sandra said her Labrador, Bo, started sitting outside her bathroom door and howling, something he'd never done in 9 years. She went to a doctor to make sure she was fine. Stage 2 breast cancer. Early enough to treat. In the UK, a border collie named Fern began waking her owner at 3 a.m. by licking only his left arm, repeatedly, obsessively, for 2 weeks straight. He had a blood clot forming in that arm. These aren't flukes. These aren't coincidences that we're emotionally over-indexing because we love dogs. There are now documented cases in peer-reviewed journals. The dog's nose is not magic. It's biology that is quieter, older, and more precise than anything we've built in a lab. And here's what really gets me, what I can't stop thinking about. Every one of these dogs was persistent. Every single one. They didn't try once and give up. They showed up again and again and again until someone finally listened. That is loyalty operating at a level that has nothing to do with training. That is a creature who decided your life mattered more than your comfort, more than their own peace, and refused to stop. I don't know what you believe about animals, but I dare you to tell me that isn't love. So here's what I need you to do right now. Think. Has your dog ever done something that seemed strange, that you couldn't explain, that maybe, looking back, lines up with something that happened to you afterward? A health scare. A bad episode. A moment where something was off and they wouldn't leave your side. Write it in the comments. I want to hear it. Every comment gets read. The one that moves me most becomes its own full video, your dog's story told the way it deserves to be told. If this changed how you see the animal sleeping next to you tonight, subscribe. We're building the Canine Chronicles pack. A community of people who finally stopped underestimating what's sitting at their feet. One last thing before you scroll. Go look at your dog. Right now. Notice where they're looking. Notice if they've been closer to you today than usual. Notice if they've been trying to tell you something. Because they have been watching you this whole time. The only question is whether you've been watching back.